Everybody has certain things that they believe in. But can you give me a reason why you believe it? The reason you believe on this episode of the Driving with Rob podcast. Two things you never discuss in polite conversation: politics and religion. And that's why I try to avoid politics and religion on this podcast. But I had an incident that happened just today that made me start thinking about belief and faith and why you believe the things you believe. See, to me, it's always been more interesting to understand the reasons people do things and say things and believe things than what they actually do. I've heard it said that the things people do are an indication of their character more so than the things they say. But for me, it's always been, why do you do the things you do? I would have probably been happier as a psychologist because I'm endlessly amazed and interested in the reasons behind the things people do. But what I want to talk about today is the reasons behind what you believe. You see, like a lot of people, I'm on Twitter now. And of course, all of my 20-something-year-old children will tell you that parents are ruining Twitter just like they did Facebook. So now all the kids are on Snapchat. But I had somebody block me on Twitter today. And the reason they blocked me was because of my political beliefs. And apparently, as I'm learning on Twitter, being blocked is not that big a deal. People block other people over anything and nothing. If somebody tweets something that they disagree with, they just automatically block them. If you don't say what I want to hear, I'm going to block you. You know, which to me is something a spoiled child does. But at any rate, this person on Twitter had asked me a political question. And I said I don't discuss politics on Twitter because I don't want to trigger anybody, and I don't want to start an argument on Twitter. Some people live to argue. I don't. And I don't want to start an argument. I want to see pictures of pretty things and thought-provoking comments and why you agree that Star Trek is the greatest TV franchise in the history of TV. That's all I care about, really. Well, this person sent me a direct message, a DM, a private message, and asked me specifically if I supported a particular candidate. And I said yes, because it was a private message. It wasn't all over Twitter. I wasn't going to get feedback from a couple hundred or 1,000 different people because of it. So in private message, I said, yes, I do support this person. And this person said, why? How can anybody support this person? Well, it was a logical question, so I tried to give a logical, legitimate, thought-out answer. And I gave what I felt like were legitimate reasons why I believed what I believed. Well, the reply was, well, you're just an idiot. I thought that was a little harsh. But that was the response that I got back for reasons, not counter reasons, or reasons to the contrary why I shouldn't believe what I believe. The response was, you're an idiot. And the next day they blocked me. But again, I'm endlessly fascinated by the reasons people do the things they do and believe the things they believe. But when it comes to religion, and apparently now also politics, you don't need a reason. There's a very elegant and poetic verse in the Christian Bible, in the New Testament, that says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Meaning, in lieu of actual documented fact, in the absence of actual evidence, you believe it anyway. That's what faith is. And that's what the Bible says faith is. But for some reason in this political year, Maybe it's people substituting politics for religion. Maybe it's people who have no religion. In this election year, people are very adamant and very passionate about what they believe politically. And there again, that's why you don't discuss politics and religion. But you see, I believe politics are different from religion in that if there is something that you believe politically, you should be able to provide reasons why you believe what you believe. I don't want to take on faith that this person is better for the economy than the other person. I just don't want to believe in blind faith that this political party or this political candidate is going to do more for me than another one. I like to have reasons. Because first and foremost, I don't trust any politicians. I believe politicians have been lying to people for as long as there have been politicians. How can you tell if a politician is lying to you? You can see his lips move, or her lips. I believe what Ronald Reagan said. I don't believe that government is the answer to a problem. I think government is the problem. That people, by and large, if left alone, can make logical, rational decisions without government intervention, but that's just me. I believe in liberty and freedom, and that's why I can't give blind support to another human being. But when you ask me why I support this person over that person, I can give you legitimate, logical reasons. But in this political year, it seems like people are treating politics as a religion. They just believe certain things with no reasons given. I believe it, that's how it is, you're not going to change my mind. See, I remember a time when you could discuss politics and you could have a spirited debate and at the end of the day still be friends. But apparently now you can't, because people have attached a religious passion to their political candidates and their political parties. See, if you ask me, why do you believe in God? Why are you a follower of Jesus Christ? I can give you answers, I can give you reasons, but not very many hard, concrete reasons. I believe what I believe for my own reasons, because it's just something that I feel in my heart that makes me believe it. But when it comes to politics, I believe you need to give reasons, especially if you're passionate. You're just an idiot is not a cogent argument. If you think I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. If I think you're wrong, I can give you reasons why I think you're wrong. But again, in this political year, apparently you don't need a reason to believe what you believe politically. You just believe it because you believe it. And when it comes to politics, I don't think that's a good enough reason. That's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. I appreciate you listening. This podcast was not brought to you by anybody, but I did approve this message because I recorded it. Leave a comment if you like, share it with friends, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye now.